In our last video, we have discussed how people they adapted new agricultural technologies for an increased production. But the benefits from this kind of increased production were very unequally distributed. And that unequal distribution of this benefit, it creates social differentiation within the society. Because of this increased agricultural production, the people who were engaged in agriculture, they became divided into several groups. We can get traces of this social hierarchy from the stories of Buddhist tradition. In one Buddhist tradition story, three groups were mentioned. One is landless agricultural laborers, second one is small peasants, third group is large landholders. And we can find another term, that is the Gahapati. A Gahapati is the head of the household and he is the officially owner of the resources, land, animals and other things of a particular household. One another source is to understand this social hierarchy of that time period is the Tamil literature, that is the Sangama text. In this Sangama text, three categories peoples are mentioned. One is large landowners or villalar, then plowmen or ujavar, and slaves or adimai. So basically the basis of this kind of social categorization is access to land, labor or new technologies, and the topic of who will control the land. The next topic is land grants and new rural elites. Historians have got the evidences of land grants from very early centuries. So what are the sources for these land grants? The main source of evidences of land grants are the stone inscriptions and copper plate inscriptions. The ruler, they used to grant lands to the religious institutions as well as personal individuals. Most of the inscriptions of land grants were written in Sanskrit language, but many other local languages like Tamil and Telugu languages also. According to the Sanskrit legal text, women were not supposed to have independent access to resources such as land. But these provisions of legal text were not uniformly implemented, because we have got one evidence of exceptional landholder, that is Prabhavati Gupta. Prabhavati Gupta was the daughter of Chandragupta II and she was married to another important ruling family, that is the Vakataka of Deccan. Inscriptions indicates that Prabhavati had access to land which she then granted. Through the inscriptions also, we got regional variations of the size of the land donated. It ranges from small plots to vast stretches of uncultivated land. The purpose of land grants and the impact of land grants is a subject of heated debate among historians. According to some historians, land grant is a strategy adopted by the ruling lineages to extend agriculture to new areas. But the other group suggested that land grants were indicative of weakening political power. Kings were losing their control over the Samantas, and to win over the Samantas, they started granting lands. In one hand, land grants provide some insight to the relationship between the cultivators and the states. On another hand, there were many group of people who were beyond the reach of officials or Samantas. Those were pastoralists, fisher folk, hunter-gatherers, mobile or semi-sedentary artisans and shifting cultivators.